G'day. Happy Wednesday. And good morning. Market kept pushing up, all-time highs. Let's mark our levels. The lower levels not going to be very significant. It's the upper levels, but I'm still going to stretch them out. Never know if price falls. And here's a way of trapping people. So I do want to extend them to right, but just after a few months when price just keeps going higher. But those points are going to come into play if there's a big shift in the market. So that's another key level now. That's what we're looking at. We're just coming and tighten it a bit. Very tight order block, and that's where it got rejected before. So looks good. Same scenario here. Couldn't break above, tested it once, tested it twice, came to the earlier support, buyers reclaimed that level, and we went to test it again, but this time there was a big squeeze. I caught most of that move yesterday, but then I closed the day. And the market just kept pumping for the rest of the day. And now we are at all-time highs. Always tough to trade these, but I am kind of short biased, but can squeeze a lot of the shorts as well, like so. But if that's going to be a key resistance level, like a psych level 2400, 24100, or 24200s, then we can potentially see a big sell-off at all-time highs. So market likes to move in waves. That's what we're seeing. I really need to clean up my charts, but that's what we're looking at. You can see a clear channel, a trend. When the trend broke right here, we saw a big sell-off, and then we formed this major, bigger trend. We never broke it. We kept going above. And then I can see this other trend coming in here, right? And it perfectly bounced off that trend. If you look at that, we didn't know those levels existed. It just came down here, so that's the point of confluence. There's a support here, and also there's a trend line, major trend line going. The market just went up. Now what am I looking at? Markets just open. Upper trend lines don't really play a big role. Let's go and clean this up. These are not significant levels at the moment, but these are going to play a key part, like I said. If market rallies down or if we see a big sell-off, news comes in or something. So right now, these are the levels we're most interested in. Market could just come back here, find support, and just ride that wave upstairs. So, or it could just keep going higher. Intraday looking like it's a green day. Larger time frames are supporting the bulls, supporting the longs, like so. When it broke the all-time highs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5 straight days, it was just longs. Same here. When it broke all-time highs, this level, it just kept going up for days. So market sentiment is positive, but we're going to play it accordingly. Let's come and draw our overnight range. That seems to be the overnight range. So it's a huge range, which means a lot of opportunity. Just have to be more patient now. Range is about 80 points. Not really big range. If we zoom out, we've had bigger ranges in the past few days. Like 1st of August is huge. Summertime, man. Tricky. Looks like market's just pumping. So that's the low. We'll mark the low of the first 15 minute. And we'll mark the high of the first 15 minute as well. See if we keep pushing. For some reason, I am very short bias, but it's not good to have any bias in the market. Just gotta let it do its thing. It is at a psych level. So my understanding is that it's going to come and reject off of 24 100s. Is it going to get there in the first 15 minutes? I don't know, but maybe 2070 or 70 looks like a good level at the moment. Let's see if we can print that and yeah, we go from there. Lots of orders underneath, but they all disappeared. A lot of interest around 992, 23,992, roughly in this range, which was the overnight range. And that's where all the volume profile would be, these orders. This is where market have been trading. And this is a more discount price for the buyers. And currently could be at value area high, which is a discount price for the sellers. So that's why I'm a little biased over the short side, but we don't need to have any bias, just need the market to do its thing. Next support is way below 23,810, 23,840, this region. Market gonna get there? We don't know. Let's find out. So yep, I was not far off Market couldn't break above 24070. The last high printed was roughly there. That is 6.8, 6.8-ish. So we'll wait for the first 15-minute to close. Currently, first 15 minutes printing about 40 points of range. That's not a lot of range. So I increase my position size a touch because of the ATR. Average true range is a little bit lower than previous days. Trying to be more sensible. Let's see if we keep squeezing the shorts or we find some support off of the overnight range, and let's see. That's a good buy if you're long off of this area, but I'm just trying to avoid the first 15 minute. But that looks very enticing right here. And then to the move up, stop just below here. Looks like it's retracing. I would have had stop in the money. Let's see how much was the retracement. 5 points. Risk seems a little low today, just because market is not moving a lot of points. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Really stoked about printing a green day today, so we'll see. It's going to give us a green day, or it was a perfect entry right off of that level, but it's a first 15-minute shop. I want to wait for confirmation. That would have been a nice 18-point trade, 20 points. There you go. The market's respecting those levels. That's good to see that there are a lot of buying action at the moment. Buyers are stepping up. But it's also wicking on the upside, so we'll see if we reclaim those points, or a lot of the shorts are under the water. Everybody was shorted here at the overnight range. So that's why we're seeing that squeeze, but they might come in heavy. Smart money might come in at that level right there. 23.70 got rejected right below it, so couldn't break above. That's why it's so good to trail stops or take profits, because the market's back to that same level. And that's a good amount of range in one candle, about 20 points. Again, just off of the pre-market, what I'm looking at Just zooming out, there's a trend here for sure that could come in play if market doesn't hold up those levels. There's no other levels to play off of, so let's just see if we can make some sense here. Let's say this is the trend, and currently this is the trend. Market's respecting. If it breaks, we could see a potential sell move coming to the larger trend line. That's the micro trend. We're also looking at, which is interesting to me. Let me just go take that. Is this trend. Just doing some research, live market research. That little channel that it's in. Let's just keep it at that. So looks like it broke that wedge and might go higher, but it could very well get sucked back into it and then move lower. That's why I'm a little bit short biased, but these trends do come into play because it did tap that level once it broke above. So I'll come off and delete this. These trends are just confluences, so for the orb setup, this is not very important, but if we go short here, I would potentially see that there would be a support right in this region, which confluences with the 50% of the overnight range. These levels do come into play. That's the first 15 minute. I think it printed a big wick, like so, especially on the 30-minute. That's a big wick. Tells me that we could move higher or just keep chopping here, but if the sellers come in heavy, then the break of 2430 4030 would be pretty significant. But if the break, if we hold and close above 4046, then we might see a move up higher. Couple of minutes before this candle closes, so we're just chopping. Let's look at the Dow. Dow's at that key level. Followed the Nasdaq. Didn't hit all-time highs. There are many levels above, but we'll see if it comes up and closes here above this or gets rejected. Usually, first touch, second touch, on the third touch, we saw a price break above. So this could be a nice short if it doesn't squeeze higher. Short right here. Let's focus on the NQ. Right, the first 15-minute just closed. All right. The low of the first 15-minute got tapped. Let's see if it closes below. The high of the overnight range could be a potential support, like so. Depends if we break and close here, so. Not a lot of range today. Not a lot of volume today. Dow's ripping. Dow's ripping. Pretty big move. About 200 points. That's huge, but that's an area of rejection. Mares can't decide. I wish I could set up alerts. Top step X, but doesn't allow me. I need to use another software for it. Wireless and shop territory. I am interested in shorting the Dow because that's an interesting region. It could just very well keep pushing higher, break those levels, but looks like that could be an interesting play. Tight risk and the Dow is ripping. As
Order filled.
shorting Dow here, finding a lot of rejection, so gonna go with tight risk. See if we can get retracement back to the 50%, or it pooches us. Because short will be very quick. Nah, it's still stuck in that chop. Looks like we'll get stopped out. It keeps ripping.
Order filled.
That's a stop. Small loser. There's a lot of rejection here. A lot of sellers will be interested in this point. But especially after parabolic move, usually, not always, usually see a nice push down. Don't want to chase it, but that's what I see. Nah, it's still stuck in the chop. Gold. Just chop city. Not interested. Dow's got a lot of volume, so it's interesting to me. It's like it's squeezing. Parabolic moves.
Order filled.
Shorting the Dow here seems to be finding some resistance. Didn't want to top ticket, but it's pretty good if it's shorts, you know. See if we clear that area. If we do, then I might just add to it. I'll go stop break even there. Maybe a few points in just to save some commissions and stuff. Okay, Nas just pooched big time. Let's see if it gives us an entry here. Whoa. No, no entry. Big kill candle.
Order filled.
Looks like that stopped me out. Did it? Yeah. All right, we're in
Order filled.
NASDAQ. That's the orb setup. Low of the 15-minute. Let's see if we see a trend continuation. Our risk is going to be tight. Rightfully so. Big candle. Let's see if we can move down and tap that somewhere around here. 50% of that at the trend line. That would be a good move. All right. Looks like Nas is making moves. I'll go stop break even. I'll trail it for a few points. Waiting for it to drop before I put the stop break even. Because I had a good entry, I don't want to re-enter. Looks like it's finding support off of the top of the overnight range. All right, stops break even. Might just stop us out. We had a good entry though. Don't want to lose it. I want to see the trade play out. Right, nice push. Again, finding a lot of support there because confidence in the market. Sellers are a little bit weaker today, seeing that they got squeezed out so much yesterday, so they've been gun shy. And a lot of the buyers seeing the market's just hitting all-time highs, they're just buying all the dips. But let's see if we push all of them and wait for the smart buyers who are going to come up right at this trend line. Right, I'll lock these low of the 15-minute, 8 points. See if we break below or find support here. But I wanted a nice push down. Smart money is going to come at this trend line, the larger trend line. That's what they're looking at. All right. Found a lot of rejection there. I'll come and lock in my 18 points. See if we can keep pushing down. A lot of volatility might just stop me out here, but let's see. It's gonna be, needs to clear the 23993 level. 990 level.
Order filled.
And it stopped me out. Not a great trade. Could have just waited on my trail, but it could easily reverse, seeing that there's a lot of support in this region. So that's that. That was my trade for today. Not sure how much I made, but yeah, not much. Because I went with 7 contracts, not 10. And then I'll wait for another A+ setup. Could do quick scalps in here, but I'm trying to avoid that. Dow. And it keeps going lower. So I was a little bit quicker with my trailing. Am I bummed about it? Maybe. Gave a lot of points on the table. I had entry up here, so that could have been about 30 points, but I got out roughly at about 18. Could have doubled that or a little bit, but you never know. You know, I followed my rules, so. This area could be a nice support. This is a nice entry for shorts or adding. It's like I missed it. I'm looking at this trend line for the next target.
Order filled.
Shorting it again off of that low. Can just keep come up and pooch me, but my risk is going to be tight. Risking today's profits to see if we can move lower roughly there. Take about 23 more points out of it. Now size down a touch. Let's see now. I'll even tighten my risk once it drops a bit. Right, stops break even. It's a cool drop. See if we can get a bigger drop, clear those levels. 23,990. I'll be patient with it. Targeting the 50% of this trend line. That's another ad for the sellers. A little pullback. I'll move my stop now to about 10 points, or it could have stopped me out anyway. Let's see, I'll give it another chance. The cruise breaking before I move my stop to 10 points.
Order filled.
And it stopped me out. Looks like it found support. That was a good entry too, but market's just reversing, I guess. Yeah, it's the big wick. That's not what we want to see. We want to see a nice close below. Didn't get much out of that trade. 10 bucks, could have had about 100, 120, but that's not the system. System is to just trail, protect the capital this time. So, yeah. Yeah, still pushing. Could be an extended stop loss run.
Order filled.
Shorting the Dow here. Looks like it's finding a lot of resistance. But just keep going higher. But I'll have tight risk. But if it breaks down, because NQ is breaking down, it might follow suit. Looks like an A+ setup to me at the moment. Nice reversal, mean reversion play. Let's see how that plays out. That's not where my stop's going to be. And I went in with small position as well, so it's not going to hurt. If things go south, risk is very tight.
Order filled.
All right, that stopped me out. Small loser. Nas at a big move down. That was a classic, very nice. They're going to come down to a profit target. Very much so looks like it. Risk is very high here, otherwise I would have gotten in. Classic move. Stops me out. A good entry. And then runs below. About 27 points, but you never know. That's another nice short entry. Looks pretty heavy to me. Finds a lot of supports here, but looks like we're going to go to the trend line. All right, looks like we're going to break this level and come to the trend line. And this was just a big chop to shake out the weak sellers. Or we can just find support here. But looks like third try. There you go. Comes down. I get rejected off of the trend line.
Order filled.
Buying off of the trend line. See if we can get a nice retracement up. Stops break even.
Order filled.
Stop me out. A little extended move maybe. Yeah, it's right at that. Might come to the 50% point.
Order filled.
Oh shoot, that was a mistake. But let's see if we can find support here. Might just overextend a touch, but might find support at the trend line. All right, that's the touch. Touch of the trend line. Might come below at the 50% point, but looks like it's retracing nicely. I'll be patient and see if we can come above, shake out those sellers. Yeah, that's that 50%. Risk is still tight. Finding some support here, so we'll see. But that trade played out beautifully. If I just held that position, and maybe I shouldn't have trailed it, but you never know. These market conditions, up and down, could easily reverse on you so quick, so it's good to lock in profits and wait for another A plus setup. Like so, this was a trend line and it's a major support that we drew out, and we could retrace back. Um, Once it goes above, I'll have stop break even. Want a little bit more retracement in this trade. That's the one. Reached my first profit target though. I just moved my limit a little bit higher. That's a great sign. If it pushes up, then it can easily go take out those levels. So close to stopping me out though. I'm looking at here. It gives me that. That's where the support is for today. Finding a lot of rejections there. We'll need a good support. Nice big green candle buyer. Right. This could be the one I'm looking at
Order
here.
filled.
Oh, stop me out. Trying to move my limit, but it could easily reverse because we had the lows and sellers could potentially come here, great lower, easily go up as well, but that was my trade. From the trend line to about 50% of that 15-minute candle. And that's what it did. Let's measure it. Let's say this candle was 40 points. I entered here. We wanted 50% of that would be 20 points. How much did I get out of the trade? Roughly 20 points because I did a little early entry. But even if I waited for here, I wouldn't have gotten the fill. This was a good sign. So 50% of that, 20 points. I was about to move my thing a little bit higher, but it's all right. Good trading for the day. 5 contracts NQ. And we're up. Not sure how much, but roughly erase all the losses from the Dow trade easily. Good accuracy today. Just patience paid off. Dow played out beautifully. It just stopped me out because I had a couple of tries in it too. So I'm tempted to just go short off here, but because it's been such a nice bull trend, I also don't want to fight the trend. It looks like this is a good short because higher highs, higher low, higher high, kind of lower low. So if it comes up here, this could be an interesting short play. But the orb setup worked out today on the NQ. I could have been more patient, but look at the market swings up, down, and then way up. So if I didn't take profits somewhere here, it would have taken me out. Could have needed a little bit more conviction here, because it came down anyway. So I waited for another perfect setup right in this region. And then I got out roughly to the 50% of that mark, and now that got completely rejected. Now it's back to about 10 points. If you got at the trend line, 10, 13 points. Yep. So could it go higher? Absolutely. Can it go lower? Absolutely. We don't know. It's stuck in a chop. Usually, if it's at the low here, I would go long, but knowing the market has been printing such huge red candles, it could easily come lower and take out all of this and come visit the low of the 15-minute right here, this buy zone. So if we go on 1 hour, I'm just going to go and make some sense. Yep, this could be a potential support region as well. Not significant, but this region. Looks like we were tracing higher. So anyone who didn't get at the trend line, they might be coming back here, and now their stop losses could get run. So it's in that limbo. Dow, perfect trade. It's a short for me. I've given a lot of tries, so just gonna take one more last stab at it. To find support here, we're not interested, but looks like it's breaking below. That candle close was pretty significant. And then I should have just done it. So important to wait for right execution, and that time just comes and goes. So I'm not going to chase, but I am interested in retracing back and see if we can find another entry. It keeps going lower, man. That was the entry there. Moves a touch differently than NQ. It likes to carry momentum. So right now it's been going up, so this could be momentum downwards. So maybe wait for a pullback, see if we can get in, just like so. Pull back, rip up. Might be a little pullback and then move down, at least to the 50% of that. This candle. So are we at the 50% mark? Is it a good trade or good risk to reward? Let's see. 124 points. 50%, we kind of did get to the 50%. If we got in here, oops, wrong tool. Yeah, that's about 50% of that. Could just retrace back and keep going higher, and then if the bull momentum is stronger, we might go tap those levels as we did in the NQ. NQ is still just at that low level, but looks like a buy to me. If it taps that level one more time, which it did, that's another A+ setup. If it doesn't break it, then it could be a nice buy. And stop just right here. So a lot of stops would be here for people. So let's see if we can get an entry right at the stops. Let's see if we can get the stop loss run. Looks like missed by a tick. Just got missed by a tick. See if he gives another chance or not going to chase. Oh, we just tapped that 50% of that level right to the T. That's why market just sometimes plays by the rules. So good.
Order filled.
Are we in? Could go lower, but looks like this is the 50% mark, and this was that stop loss run. And might come and retrace up. And this could be my last trade for the day. That stop loss run. Trying to grab liquidity. It will come back up and retest the low of those levels. That's about 11 points. There you go. My exit is going to be ready. Buyers are buying all the dips, I can tell. It is a little bit lower, but it's at the 50% mark. Smart money could come here. But the bias for the day before starting was short, and it played out pretty nicely. But we did wait for confirmation. That's another extended move, stop loss run. More drawdown than I would like to see. And finding support here off of this region. Maybe good big buyers sitting here. We'll see. Literally a 1:1 trade, that one. Not a big fan of it. Could have waited or gotten out quickly. Still time to get out, but I'm seeing there's a lot of support here. Unless market doesn't want to respect these levels and go visit the low of the 15-minute range, but looks like a low probability setup. So if it closes below, it can come up and at least retest that trend line where orders are and then take out those stops there. That's where our order is. Exit order. So we'll see how this plays out. And I'll tighten my risk as the price moves in our favor. Looks like this was an extended move, not a real sell-off, but we have been selling off consistently at all-time highs. Yeah, 1 minute doesn't look too good. That's a lot of risk for me. Gave up a lot of profits for the day. Came right at our entry for shorts. See if this is a fake out. Looks like it to me. Not real conviction. One big buyer can push it up. It's below the trend line, so that's what triggers shorts for a lot of people. We're at all-time highs. We can't fight the larger trend. The larger trend is a bull trend. Not today on the hourly. Looks like a big short move though. And the daily looks like it could close as a sell day. We're just fighting to see if today is going to be a green day or a red day, right at that pivot point. And my entry was a little bit higher, and I'm in the drawdown more so than I would like. But there is a chance that we might just end green or close up, and buyers will reclaim that level because the larger time frame is full day. So let's see how this plays out. Interested to see. Right, that's that buyer. Couple of candle closes below the trend line. Now it might go retest the trend line, and that's where real sellers will come in. And a lot of the sellers who are from the high of day are going to be taking profits here because it's a bull market. They don't want it to reverse, so their orders are going to be somewhere around here. They're trailing orders. Market could go and just hit those, so interested to see. More drawdown than I would like, but I was green on the day and I'm giving it some time to play out. All right, finding rejection there. Bulls are fighting back. All right, that's where everything changed. That's where we're in the printing red daily territory. Let's see bulls fight and try to keep it a green day. Red, I mean red on the day. Daily just keeps flipping. Could be a doji as well, but we need one good big buyer like so to come and take all those weak sellers out. And smart sellers will come at this trend line. Just have to be patient. If I were a smart seller, that's where my entry would be at the trend line. It broke. It closed below, a couple of 5-minute candles below. That's a sell trigger, but I wouldn't enter here. I would enter here at the trend line. Unless there's something else going on, that's what I see. Right? Let's see the new 1-minute candle. Right, that could be the buyer. Grabbing that liquidity at the trend line. Looks pretty heavy at the moment, but let's see if it flips. That's an extended run. Shaking out the weak longs. That would have been a nice entry. Because that's the big buyer, big order coming in. Little extended run. Nas likes to do that on the 5-minute. You can't even see it. It's just that little thing. but strong sellers are going to come at the trend line. My thesis still holds. And I could be wrong. That's when we take the L and move on, but currently looks like a lot of support in this region. Just yesterday's, as we were talking, there are a lot of orders here. If we look at the volume profile, that's where price liked to trade yesterday, these regions. So that's what it's doing at the moment. But it also like to trade in these regions, and it hasn't tested those at all. So might just come and test those levels before moving down. But at the very least, might come and retest the trend line to see if sellers can reclaim that or buyers push through and squeeze them out. If I was a smart seller, this is my order. Right, that's the big buyer. Liquidity grab. Patience pays off. More drawdown than I'd like to see. Not gonna lie. So let's see if we get out of this green. Finding resistance there, but we need to push it through. Nice little reversal like this one. Right, this is my absolute limit too, so I feel like just very impatient and a loss right now, so I just want to get out, but I know, I have a feeling when I get out, it'll just jump up, because it's finding that little support here, so I'll wait for a couple more 1 minute candles and see if we can get that buyer, and then sellers are going to come in that little trend line. We might get extended run above, so that's the trade. Looks like that's the buyer. Is it going to do it? Is it going to break it out of the range, or looking too good. See if we can get some. 30 seconds before this candle closes. Let's see where this closes. All the impatient sellers will be coming in here, and they will get squeezed out right before the trend line. A lot of the impatient sellers who think market's just going to keep going low as it has been for the past few days from all-time highs. I can feel they're going to get shaken out. That's my read for today. One big nice buyer is going to shake them, and all those sellers are going to cover. Anybody who went short here. Our volume just died off. the decision-making point. Every candle tells a story. $15 lot looking too good. Just close in a couple of minutes. Needs to close green or a doji. I've been way too much patient, but market's just stuck in that little region for the past 15 minutes. Waiting for that buyer. Gave me a couple of chances to get out at minimum loss, but my thesis still holds. If I was a seller, I would come at this point. So, couple of minutes before this candle close. Alright, that looks like that buyer we were waiting for. On that 1 minute, you can see it clearly. Needs to break that range. All the shorts to cover. And big sellers are going to come at the trend line. All the shorts who went there for a breakout down below, looking at all this upside down, they were like, oh, we're going to go to 23800s or 23810 level. They're going to get shaken out just in a minute. So, and they will cover, so price will accelerate towards the trend line. That's what I want to see, an acceleration. That means shorts are panicking. There you go. And then we'll see an extended move to grab those stop losses. A lot of sellers came in here as well. They might get pooched very soon. 15-minute just closing now. The last 15-minute closed green. Might see a continuation. Sellers are fighting it. They're getting eaten up. Eaten up. At one point they'll give up defending this region and Smart money's gonna come here. Load up there. I could be wrong like a lot of longs today, so we'll find out. Testing the lows. Yeah, that just that completely took everyone out. Not a great move. Yeah, it's running those stop losses. It's gonna hit my max loss. I had a lot of entries to get out. My thesis was wrong completely. It's completely wrong. Too much drawdown. That's what I need to fix. Walking away. Daily just flip red as well. Fighting. Gnarly chop session. Holding up beautifully before. Pre-market and stuff, and then it's just chop. Came about a tick away from taking me out at a max loss for the day. Literally a tick because my stop was right below that 50%. Could still do it, but thesis was right. We just had a big extended sell move. Literally about a tick away. Let's see. This candle low was 23932 and my order is 23923, so 0.25 points. Maybe the trading gods are sparing me today. Thesis still holds. If it comes up here, strong sellers will be here. That's why this got eaten up. So I don't want to be egoistic. That's what I was seeing. This was just an extended move to hit the stop losses. So let's see. A lot of people got stopped out there. And a lot of sellers are going to stop out here as well in this move. They were thinking of the break of the candle below. It didn't close there. That's could be a good sign for the buyers. I've been very, very patient in this loss, which I'm not. I'm very impatient. Need to change the strategy. Need to be getting out, stop out early, and saving my mental capital as well. A lot of engagement here. But if I just left the trade, that's a negative RR. That's just me trying to get out, risking today's profits to see if we can get out of this trade or just close at a loss. Be the same thing. So either max loss and lose all the profits for the day or walk away with a good profit for the day. Same thing. Looks like we found heavy support. This was just a stop loss run. Could be wrong again, but we'll see. Buyer stepping up. That was an institutional seller. I would sell here. Price never got a chance to test the trend line. That means this was just a, call it manipulation, call it just stop loss run. Wasn't a high conviction sell move. So that's that. I've been trading for about an hour and a half. Pretty bad negative RR trade. Stop should have been somewhere around here. I would have been stopped out ages ago. Saved all that capital and maybe got a better entry at the low, or wait for the next setup, or just close the day. Come in the next day and just, because I just want to keep taking the same consistent orb setup every day for the break of trend line. I was just there to save my capital. Stop losses are inevitable though, so part of the game.
Order filled.
Stop me out. Still closing the day small green, break even almost. Could have had a better exit. At one point, I could have closed the day profit, but let's just say I didn't follow the rule. I was just more looking at what it could do. Could have easily gotten out at a smaller loss, but it is what it is. It's trading. Still walking away, protecting the capital. This could have done a better job at protecting my gains. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll hope to see everyone tomorrow. Cheers.
Order filled. 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 Order filled.